It is my pleasure to address you today as we mark the end of the INSPIRE project. This project marks for ICMPD a tangible step in our ongoing efforts to establish beneficial skills partnerships, mobility partnerships between labor sending and receiving countries.
Thank you very much to ICMPD for this great collaboration and for this opportunity today in this closing conference to look at what we have achieved, but also what possible next steps could be for this endeavor.
I represent the employer in ICMPD. We are recruiting, and each time we are recruiting one single person, and you want to have the perfect match of skills. We initiate the Labor Migration Practitioners Network, where actually we discuss that as well a lot, and that, for instance, that many employers, SMEs, looking also at what you pointed out, apprenticeships, schemes where the risk in terms of investment then is actually lower than if you go immediately for a fully trained person.
ICMPD brought an intelligence which somehow collected what was known in not only in the European continent, in which these activities are guinea pigs, that we are just experiencing now.
The partnership is then advanced Georgia technology and innovation ecosystem at large.
It has helped us really to develop something that have been like a joint venture, and they reflect the needs and interests of the various actors who have been part of this co-designing process.
That's why culture and communication is absolutely fundamental. You cannot build a relationship with an African firm on email. It's just impossible.
We don't want the scheme to be used for different purposes than it was originally signed by the two countries.
And this makes every scheme in its own way unique and complex, because you have the political dimension, you can have historical ties, you can have language barriers, you can have language commonalities. There's so many different things. So every scheme is kind of unique. But actually there are some fundamental components that we've now learned that you really do need to have in them all for them to be successful.
Because we believe that by making good practices we can scale up and inform good policy making. So very much in line with the approach of the project, nothing which is helicopter from above, but really rooted in the context.
It's always a pleasure to take part in this panel discussion and hear from many different angles, like the private sectors, the organizations involved, the member state, the third countries. And I think this is a key element when it comes to dealing with a multi-partner and a multi-stakeholder environment, like the one that needs to be set up for legal mobility and labor migration to be successful.